I stayed away from Israelite people. I stayed away from Israelite communities. And at this time, I was one of the worst of men, in my opinion. In my opinion, I was one of the worst of men. I used to fight with my wives. I used to beat my children. I used to do horrible things. But 99% of those things that I was doing was taught to me by leadership. Leadership taught that that's how you deal with a wife when she get out of order. That's how you deal with your children when they're disrespectful. Spare the rod, spoil the child. But that understanding is so misunderstood in the minds of our people. That don't mean every time your child get out of line, you got to beat them. It's not what it means. And then the beating that I was doing was abuse. It wasn't beating. It was abuse. I do a lot of construction work way back then, and it's wires that you run into a house that brings the energy into your house. Not the little extension cord you plug in the wall in the house, but the thick wire, the thick number 5 wire. They're thick. And when my children used to get out of line, those are the type of things that I used to beat them with. That's abuse. That's not correction. It's abuse. But there are a lot of males who still do these things today. It took me 3 years to get that energy out of my system, where I had to step away from the Israelite community, Israelite families, Israelite people, and get into myself, me and the Creator. And I lived life away from what everybody was teaching. I prayed to the Most High. I fast. I went on a strong fast for a long time. I stopped doing everything that I was taught because man taught it that I couldn't verify through the scriptures. I stopped doing all of it. I left it all alone and walked away from it all. But I had to learn who I was as a man and the proper way to treat people. I didn't learn that until I stepped away from Israel. All the time that I was in Israel, I didn't see an example of righteousness. I didn't see it. It wasn't there. So I had to get away from everything that I was taught. And I didn't even know. I didn't even understand that the people that I was trusting my life to didn't know either. Because they was doing what they were taught from the people that they were taught, from the people that they were taught, and they gave it to me.